It's Steve Seminario, Vice President of Marketing for Planar Leyard Company. And Steve, we would appreciate it so much if you could walk us around and get us introduced to the new products on display.
So this is the first time since Leyard has acquired Planar about a year ago. The first ISE where we've really had a single booth and presented together, and so that's significant for us. You see, we have the Planar logo and the Leyard logo, and so we're really inviting our customers who know us as Planar, know us as Leyard, and really the products we're showing is our combined product line. So a lot of LED. It's from Planar and Leyard, and also a lot of LCD, both large format LCD as well as tiled LCD video walls. So we have a good variety of products here. There's several things that we're showing for the first time. We're showing two new fine pitch LED products for the first time. One is called TWS, and it comes in 0.9, 1.2, 1.4, 1.8, and then we have a direct light 2, which is exactly the same form factor and pitches, but it is designed to be mounted to a wall. It has its own mount, it has its own alignment, its front service, off-board power, redundant power, so it has a lot of other capabilities.
This is an improved version, am I right? Of a direct light.
Yeah, it's a second generation, really. And so the first generation, which we really developed in conjunction with Leyard before we were merged, but we're just partners, was a very successful product for us. It was very unique in the marketplace to have a fine pitch LED that was designed to be wall mounted, only 10 centimeters from the wall, etc. And so, but we learned a lot from that and from our customers, and so we had many improvements to make in the second generation, which we're showing here today.
I would like to ask you about the demo version of 0.7.
So thanks for bringing that up. That's another interesting thing that we're showing really for the first time. So this is a technology demonstration, but people are always asking, how fine can the resolution get? How small can it get? And so this is just kind of demonstrating the next step below 0.9 at 0.7 that can be achieved. There's a lot of work to be done in terms of making it easier to produce and reliably produce and all that. So, but this is what we can expect to see in the future.
Is it an SMD technology?
It is actually. It is. So it's more the traditional technology, and I know there's other technologies that are being developed now.
What about chip on board?
Yeah, absolutely. So those technologies, and there's several different types of chip on board, different approaches, and so in our R&D department we're investigating all of those, and so that we can kind of continue to offer more resolution, lower price, just better LED based products.
It is great. Looks absolutely fantastic.
There's not many of them in the world. So at least there's one right here.
Great. So I'd like to ask you about the synergy of merging Leyard and Planar. Since
we knew Leyard, I knew Leyard because I'd been working closely with them on our first LED product. So when I understood we were merging or being acquired by Leyard, it made a lot of sense from several different perspectives. One is that Planar has a particularly strong sales force, selling relationships, service, support, all this, particularly in North America, and Leyard had much less. So that was great synergy just to take more products into this great selling organization. In EMEA, we were more balanced. Leyard had done more, and we'd probably done less than we had in North America. So the integration there has been more sort of equals, building that out. The big news there is that Leyard now hired a new CEO of EMEA, so that we have an individual with background in LED, background in AV integration, history with Leyard, and so he's able to really lead and focus on EMEA. So we're very optimistic about
Mm-hmm.
being able to do even better in EMEA.
Great news. Talking about success, how would you define success? What would you primarily attribute for the company's success?
I think I'm from the product side, so I'm a product person. So I always think about that. Really great products. One of the things that Planar had a particular focus on by necessity was differentiated products, not just the same as everybody else. We would not win because we would not win on cost as a U.S. display manufacturer, U.S.-based display manufacturer. So we always had to do things different, better, offer capabilities to customers for particular applications that would make their lives easier and that would serve the integrator better as well. And so I think that thinking continues. We don't want it, as part of Leyard now, we also have sort of the power of a very large manufacturer of LED. So we have the advantages of that, but we don't want to lose our sort of roots in very differentiated products. So really there's a lot of synergy there. And I'd say just generally what I've been very happy about is that Leyard is very open. That people are very open to hearing from us, to exchanging ideas. We've been very open as well. They've been a very successful company, so I've been really pleased with that.
Yeah, great. How would you define the balance between exploitation and exploration in your company? I mean, using the previous achievements and making some new research.
I'm not sure I understand exactly, but you always have to be looking forward, right? Yeah. I mean, it's always it's not about the past in this business. It's always about the future. And so in terms of the integration, we have a very strong engineering organization from the Planar headquarters in the U.S. and of course Leyard in Beijing and in Shenzhen. Those teams have been working very, very closely since really before the merger. And it's really great to see that cooperation. So we are just stronger, really, in terms of R&D innovation now than we were before.
Besides, what's your top priority for revenue investments? Is it R&D?
Oh, in terms of revenue investments? I don't know if I could answer that exactly. I mean, we invest significantly in R&D, but we're also building out the geographies. We're still expanding North America. We're expanding EMEA. Domestic China has always been a very strong market for Leyard, and I'm not as close to that exactly what they're doing, but it's definitely an investment mode, both in the go-to-market side as well as the product development side. There was one other thing I was just going to mention in terms of product, is that as far as the LCDs, we are introducing for the first time an additional LCD product, and it's large format, so it comes in 75, 86, or 98, 4K. And what's different about it from our other products in that category is it's more oriented to digital signage, so it has a media player that's built in that does 4K at 60 hertz. It can be used as just a standard 4K display as well, but we tried to hit a more aggressive price point and to build the signage features already into it. So it's called the QE series, and that's something we're showing for the first time here as well.
Okay, thank you so much.